Hey guys, we're back here in the garage working on stuff. Welcome to VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled.
I just got schooled, sorry.
Scott's injured. He's been limping around all day today. Brian's not injured. He's been fine. Yeah. Day's young. We are here working on Budget EG. One of the things we had a problem with at the dyno was we had an oil leak. And it was interesting, it was like sprayed out, so I knew it was hitting at least the belt. You guys found different, didn't you?
I'm gonna go with crank seal.
Crank seal?
Because we cleaned everything off, fired it up, and it just instantly started making spatters of oil flinging out from behind the crank pulley. So I'm going with crank seal. I didn't see any drips coming out of the tensioner cover. I didn't see anything coming from up top, like on the VTEC solenoid or anything.
Right.
I'm gonna go with crank seal.
Yeah, quite often the problem is actually this cover on the tensioner, because they'll bend when you take them off.
Oh yeah, no, it's trying to pry it off that Honda bond, it performs it.
Exactly. But because this is a used engine, assembled with used parts, probably didn't change that seal, or possibly nicked it putting it all together.
Yeah,
that's possible too. So we're going to assume that's a seal. So I'm going to go order a new one, and I may actually just go pick one up, get that stuff off there, and we'll change it out and see if we can.
Yeah.
Once we get that done, we'll take this thing for a rip. And I didn't want it spewing oil everywhere where we're driving around. We'll take it for a little rip. Even though the tune is not complete, it's safe. It's safe for driving on. So we'll do a few pulls on it and see what it does. Good done.
And that looks red with rust, and then that's like smooth.
That's destroyed, dude.
I wonder if we can Scotch break that.
The seal's done. Just look at it.
Oh yeah.
Look at all that oil in there.
That was the bottom. That's where it was leaky.
There's a Brian in here. Yeah, no, I'm like off-brand. I'm like the Walmart Brian. It's like an off-brand.
If you love it, lube it.
Words of wisdom.
Putting rubber on a dry shaft doesn't usually work out that way.
Excuse me, I'd like to use the one to check this.
There was just vapor floating in the lake. That looks dry.
All right, Brian.
Yes.
Ready to do it?
We're in the heat. We're going to go test the EG, Budget EG, in 115 degree weather and see what this radiator does. I'm going to sweat. Alrighty. Take it for a rip. So far so good. It's not overheated yet. Ooh, boost. Cool. So now we've got a few changes going on here. We of course have the turbo motor at least with a decent enough tune that it shouldn't cause a problem with the car. Let's see here. I think I've got an 1/8 mile here I can get around with. All right, we're gonna come to a complete stop. Nobody behind us, nobody in front of us. Let's wait for it to reset. We're reset. Well, missing shifts all over the place. I'm gonna blame it on the fact that the shifter is kind of loose. Might be time to spend some money on a proper shifter here. Let's go find another spot to do this. Holy shit, this thing's fast. Well, it literally feels like a 300 horsepower car. I've driven a few. All right, I'm gonna try and be a little more careful with my shifts this time, see if I can't get them correct. That shutter, by the way, I believe I have a clutch style LSD, which doesn't like tight turns, particularly if this one's set up for road racing, which it feels like it is. Anybody behind me? Not yet. Reset, please. Not tremendously faster than the Fit, but oh my God, did it pull hard. Got a 1036 at 76 miles an hour, about 0.3 of a second faster than the Fit was, but honestly, this thing's traction limited. So, and not tuned. It scoots. I would bet that on a decent tire, on a drag strip, this would be a 12-second car. Very surprised the temperature hasn't spiked. Totally curious to see what it would be. We'll have to set up some data logging in here so we can kind of see what's going on. Okay, passed the heat test. I didn't, but it did. Actually, let's talk about that. So the heat, we have a factory water gauge in here. It stayed mid-range the whole time, so it didn't get that hot. I did a couple fairly hard pulls, pretty fast. I mean, you can feel the boost. So it was making good horsepower. I'm curious to see what it does. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a boost gauge on it. I'm going to put a real live water temp gauge on it so I can actually see what's going on with this thing, and then we'll take it out again. But we have a bunch of other stuff we need to do to it too. We need to get it tuned properly. Now that it's not spitting oil all over the floor at the exact dyno, I think we can get this thing tuned and see what it's doing. And there's other things to do to it too. So there's more stuff coming. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed this short little episode of VTEC Academy. Please think about liking and subscribing. Make sure if you got a friend that's thinking about a turbo, yeah, we're gonna discover a lot of stuff on here. So this is just beginning. Turbo is fun. Anyway, guys, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining us.